Hello, ladies. Hi. So, this is Dani. Is it just us for now? We're gonna just maybe do an intro.
Yeah, so far it's us here. If anyone else is coming in, I'll go ahead and let them come through. But hi, everybody.
Hello.
Turn your videos on.
Yes, love to see your faces if we can. So, welcome to this full moon in Aries gathering, and we're just going to do a little intention setting, and Dani and I will do a short intro of who we are. She's in a cafe. Oh, no worries. Okay. And so we'd like to set the intention for this gathering that it's going to be all about, gathering in the honor of this moon and really uniting, bringing us back to unity and connection, basically, because that's the highest intention of Libra energy, which is what the sun is in right now. And so, Dani, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes. Hi, guys. I'm Danielle. I am Farah's previous breathwork coach and mentor, and I am currently now in Indonesia, and I'm so excited to be here. After Farah and I had our container together, we were so excited to still keep these gatherings going because we felt such a connection with each other and the work that we were doing in that container that just felt like this is the way. So we're really excited to just gather really and come together and share our experience and talk about the moon and talk about spiritual things and talk about astrology and all these beautiful things that are allowing us to dive deeper and expand our lives and evolve our soul and our purpose here together. So yeah, as she said, the intention is really just to unite us back to a greater connection and clarity and unity, because this is the energy of Libra. We have the sun in Libra and we have the moon in Aries, and Libra is, all about others and connection and this piece. So yeah, I am really excited for the astrology update that Farah is going to share. Just to give you guys a the lineup of what to expect. We'll have Farah share some astrology updates, and then I will guide you guys through some really beautiful deep breathing practices. And we will do some journaling prompts, so make sure you have your journal. And we'll also do a gratitude practice at the end. And then we'll open up the space at the end to share what came up during that practice. And we really want to make some time at the end for all of us to just share our experiences and what's been coming up for each of us specifically right now. And yeah, really just make space for that, because that to me is really an important piece of coming together. So that's what you can expect. We're going to try to keep it at an hour, but if we go a little bit over, we will have it recorded. So yeah, no worries there, but yeah, we hope for you to stay with us all the way to the end.
Yes, and you both know me, but for the people who are watching on the replay, or if anyone who's watching later, I am Farah. I'm a personal brand and image coach for female entrepreneurs and coaches and healers, and I help them to basically bring their authentic selves online, and I'm also a channel, and so I'm also I get visions and I'm a channel. So that's why what work I'm doing with Dani, what we did in the breathwork container, it really opened up my gifts a lot more, and a lot just very, very strongly allowed me to step into this identity, which I was not yet ready to step into until it was so like unavoidable that like I do work with my guides and my team, and I am very spiritual. And so running these gatherings have been like such a pleasure because we're able to connect to people who are like-minded and are really soul tribes. So it's such an honor to be here. I'm so happy to be with all of you today. And thank you so much for being here and gathering. And so with that, shall we get into the astrology of the time? Because right now it's super, super loaded. It's a super loaded full moon, and I have a lot to share with you about what we're working with here. So let's just get into this. So Aries.
Thank you for sharing, by the way, my love.
Aries is an energy about self. You know, it's like the first sign of the zodiac. It's all about us. It's a pioneering energy. So it's supporting getting things going. It's really good for work and projects and launching new things right now. There's a little bit of adversity in the astrology for that though. So I'll be talking about that. And hi, lovely. This is Helena, beautiful Helena. So we're just sharing the astrology of the time, love. So you're right on time. We're focusing. So Aries is also the warrior energy. So there's a light part of Aries, and then there's a dark part of Aries, which Danielle is going to touch upon. We're going to do something with breath work about that to help us balance these two, because we have these two sides within us as well. And this moon is conjuncting Chiron, and Chiron is known as the wounded healer. It's known as the medicine man. So what Chiron's magic is it helps us to be in full acceptance and full love of what is, whatever that may be coming up. Difficult things usually showing us what our ego has to let go of to become our true selves. So if you're seeing right now themes in your life of like situations, people, it could be anything, it could be in your work, it could be different like aspects of your life that are showing you something that's off balance. This is Chiron's magic. It's Chiron working to show you where you're not aligned, where your ego is holding on to, and Chiron is going to basically help us smash through this resistance. And it's intense, but it's also for our highest evolution. So that's why this is what makes this energy of this moon really, really intense, because it's like the warrior, and then it's Chiron, and it's very masculine energy, you know, it's like very doing energy. And so with the acceptance, there's also surrender, which is beautiful. And trusting that whatever has to be is for our highest path. And our healing is so, so supported right now, which is the underlying theme of the time right now. So this brings us into liberation, you know, because when we can let go of things that are not serving us and being more of our true selves and our highest expression in this world, in this life, we're free, you know, we're liberated. And the awarenesses can be frustrating, so keep that in mind. But ultimately keep in mind that it's for the highest path. And another aspect right now is beautiful Venus. She's the goddess of love, of pleasure, of money, of, you know, all the good things, good food, good senses. She's in Libra. So she's in the sun sign right now. And so we have masculine energy in Aries, and we have beautiful feminine energy in Libra. And Libra is about harmony and balance in our relationships, in all aspects of our lives, our relationships with our families, our relationships with our friends, our partners, our lovers, our work, you know, every single thing. And Venus is helping us to bring these relationships into like a deeper, like basically a deeper knowing about what is good for us, what is in balance, and what's out of balance. So we'll be able to clearly see, and it's also aligned with Chiron working to show us what's not working anymore. So we can see that all these aspects are like trying to help us, support us right now, which is what planets actually do. It's like so above as below, so within as without. So it's always a mirror and a showing us of what's happening in our human evolution. And this aspect is supporting us to question, hold on, I'm a bit lost. One thing, oh yes. So the question is, where is the balance that's causing disharmony? So this is something that you need to ask yourself right now if you're looking around. And what's beautiful is through the aspect of ourself, we are being called to look at all the things internally which are disharmonious, so that we can then, once we sort out all the internal relationships and aspects, we can then work on our outer world, you know, because our self, like, if that's why self-love, self-alignment is so key an aspect. Like, this is so important to our evolution, is because without that, everything that we're doing outside, with our work, with our clients, with our friends, families, all of that, it can become misaligned, if that makes sense. So anyway, this moon may feel super intense, like I said, but it's to help us in this lifetime to come to a truer knowing of ourself and our highest expression. And another aspect is Pluto, the planet of death and rebirth. This is kind of intense again. It went direct yesterday. It was in retrograde since April, and it went direct yesterday. So Pluto is a planet that's kind of, it's one of the outer planets. It's not our personal planet. So what it means, it really shows up in the collective themes. So outside in the world, we may be seeing a lot of themes about money, finances. There's talk about, you know, recession in the US, because it's actually a Pluto, what is that? Pluto return in the US, which is like another part of astrology, which I'm not even going to get into. If you want to, YouTube it, go for it. But it's basically all about themes of creating new from something that's dying. Like, things that are not working are going to be eradicated because of Pluto. And we're going to see like new systems come about in money. We'll see power struggles at this time, maybe leaders. We're already seeing that in countries and wars. And so this is all like the work of Pluto at play. And along with that, there's Neptune and Mars, which are squaring. And Mars is the planet of war. And Mars is retrograde right now. And it's also warrior energy. So it's all about action. Neptune is the god of, you know, it's associated with Pisces. And Pisces is about dreaming. Like, in its highest expression, it's all about like dreaming, transcendence, like all about visioning in the highest sense, but it does cause disillusion. And because Mars and Neptune are squaring, when planets square, it's a very tense aspect. It's not a nice one. It's difficult. So we're feeling it like it can come up as the fear of unseen, the fear of like reacting into your fear-based conditioning. Say something happens in your life and you go back into a fear-based conditioning, like, oh my God, that's happened again. Like, what am I doing? Like, what do I do? And so the advice is to keep your sight on what you want to be creating right now, instead of going back into fear, because that's going to be like, can be easily triggered right now. And ask yourself, am I acting from fear out of something that has not happened yet? Because oftentimes fear is an illusion, and what we fear doesn't normally come to pass. So it's really important to keep our sights on something real. What's reality, and not what are we imagining the worst case scenario to be, you know? Okay, we're almost done here. The next thing, like really a good thing to do at this time is grounding. Anything you can do to ground your energy is going to be really helpful, because we can see like so much intense energy is coming in. So we're working with so many aspects right now that are affecting us, even on a collective and on a personal level. So anything to do with sacred self-care practices, spiritual hygiene, activities that ground you, body movement, whether that's, working out, exercise, or dancing, singing, cooking, gardening, walks in nature. These are all like really good. And just being in nature in general is really helpful right now. And that's why Dani is going to lead us into some beautiful breath work, which is also grounding. It's extremely grounding for our bodies and helps us to be in our bodies, which helps us to connect with our knowing and our alignment. So just one last thing about this is I want to say that we're in an eclipse gateway right now. So all these things that I've talked to you about the moon is actually priming us for eclipse season. Eclipses have the energy of Uranus, which is like sudden change, sudden transformation. It can be shocking. But the more that we are in our true selves, our true knowing and grounded, the less the eclipse changes are going to shock us and affect us. So that's why this is the point of gathering and knowing this and being in, the energy that supports all of us. So yeah, now with that, I'll turn it over. Oh no, should I do some card pulls before?
Absolutely, yes. You should.
Okay, so I'm gonna do a few like cards to basically show us like what our guides want to tell us for today and in support of us in this energy. Dani, do you have any words to say what did you think of this? This is the first time Dani is hearing this. I told her a little bit, but.
I mean, personally, I love, I put the headphones on. Can you guys hear the shamanic music?
No, can't hear the drums anymore.
I've been hearing all of the shamanic music. Like,
oh my
God, surround sound this whole time. I'm like, I wonder if they can hear it. It's like, I can't even hear myself talking because it's like all surround sound with my headphones right now.
Do you want me to put it on?
Well, let's see. So it would be maybe the microphone or the speaker that I would switch. I think.
So while you're doing that, I'm pulling cards, okay?
Okay.
No, I can't. Yeah.
I don't hear any drums yet. Just to let you know. Ah, is the audio okay? Ooh. One last card. Whoa.
Okay. Well, maybe you should put it on the.
So that you can put on your headphones.
It's playing on my computer now, but
Do you want to put on your headphones though?
I don't need to.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. If you don't need to, then I won't put it on. But I have the cards. So,
Okay.
Okay, so let's get into this. So the first card I pulled was actually the Ace of Cups. It came out reversed, but basically the Ace of Cups is a card that shows like an overflow of our emotional fulfillment, which is, I feel like it's exactly like what the theme of this moon is the ultimate emotional fulfillment, because like when we are our true selves in our highest expression and we're able to really be ourselves in the world and be who our soul wants us to be and experience and express, then we are in an overflow, an absolute overflow. So this is like the universe showing us that this is what's happening. And reverse just means that everything is more internal. So we're feeling this internally. This is what we need to work on, which is, again, like seeing where the disbalance is in our relationships, because we learn and grow through our relationships in the world. So that's really cool.
I also kind of see it as like fear as well, just like moving through the fear, and like because it is an illusion, right? I heard this from a friend, and fear it is false expectations appearing real.
Yeah.
And yeah, moving like where your fear is. I think this is Carl Jung. Where your fear is, there is your task.
I love that. That feels lovely. Okay, the next card is the Emperor, and this card is all about mastery. So it's really, really cool. Like I feel like it's, masculine energy, and we have so much masculine energy right now in the astrology and in supporting us, though, because like it's supporting us to gain mastery of ourselves and what we are here for, what we are doing, our soul's calling, all of this. Like humanity is going through a massive evolution at this time, just to be our true selves as souls. So beautiful. And then the last card is Death reversed. So Death this way up, it's, if you're not used to tarot, you may be a bit scared of this card, but it's actually a very good card. It means endings and beginnings. And I feel like this is showing a really good indication of the eclipse gateway. What I was saying about how eclipses are all about massive, like huge changes, like big endings, big beginnings, like kind of shaking it up, but it's all for the highest expression, the highest good. And reverse just means, again, it's something that, it's internal. It's something that we may be avoiding to look at, and something that Chiron and all these energies are going to kind of push to the surface and make us see it and make us realize that like this is here now. So what are you going to do? So that's it, my loves. And turning it over to beautiful Dani to lead us into some grounding, nurturing breath work.
Thank you, love. Wow, I love this death card so much.
Death card, good.
Yeah. The Scorpio.
Oh, Scorpio, yes. Dani's
death card is amazing because I kind of see it. I mean, you know that where there is death, there is a rebirth. So by facing the death nature or that death, death is occurring in every breath. When we inhale, we're inviting that life energy inside of us. And when we exhale, we're giving it away. There's a death that occurs. So every breath is an invitation to surrender and trust a little bit more, right? Because the exhale is the surrender, the exhale is the trust, which is the death piece. So, and a lot of, for whatever you're going through, right? Whether it be relationship, whatever comes up, it seems as if, and for me, this is to be true, there we can always lean into more trust. We can always lean into trust more, right? Because I feel at the end of the day, it's how much trust you have in yourself and how much trust you have, period. So trust. So we'll do a short. We're gonna do the alternating nostril breath, and then I'm going to guide us through a deeper breathing, conscious, connected breath. That's really going to allow you guys to get in touch and cultivate a deeper connection with the different areas in your body that you can breathe into. And then we'll go into some journaling and writing prompts and practices that are really just all these practices are, you could say, are part of the earth element, because anything where we are purifying our body within the earth element is anything physical, right? We're breathing, we're riding, it's moving the energy. Our focus is there. It's just a way to move energy. So first we can do the alternating nostril breaths. And I really wanted to share this one with you guys. And if you have done it before, great. If not, feel free to do it whenever you'd like. Make it part of your practice. And I felt it was really in alignment because the alternating nostril breath, you're basically breathing through both nostrils and you're cleansing each of the nadis both on both sides. It's a really balancing breath practice to do. And I felt this was in alignment with the energy of the transit right now, because Aries, for example, like all signs, has a duality to it, right? There's this shadow aspect of Aries and there's this light aspect of Aries. For example, the shadow aspect of Aries can be very, can lash out. It can be frustration. It can be anger, right? But the light side of Aries can be the warrior. It can be the pioneer or the leader as well. So in knowing this, right, and all signs have this shadow and light aspect, but I thought, wow, this is, there's always going to be times where, we are frustrated or we want to kind of lash out, right? And that's that shadow aspect that not usually where it's the unconscious, right? It's the shadow piece, meaning it's the part that is shadowed. There's no light shed on it. It's dark. It's unknown to us. So there's always an invitation to bring light to it through using the breath, through journaling, and forget where I was going with that, but I will. Let's do the breath practice now. I actually, what I'm thinking of right now in my head is the quote, "Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate." So, and right now, right, we're in when we're experiencing this kind of shadow pieces, this frustration, this anger, this shadow energy of Aries, we are being supported because the moon is full. And when the moon is full, it's light, it's illuminating. So you're probably having all these revelations maybe of about yourself or about, you know, this the story that you tell yourself, the story that you tell others, you know, who am I? What like the story of who I am, because it's also, you know, the self, it's individuality. So whatever it is you're going through, just remember that you are supported astrologically by this moon, because look at it, it's huge, it's bright, it's shedding light on whatever it is that is this shadow coming up to the surface in order to be released and alchemized and transformed into light, right? Into light, into love, into a beautiful into light, the light aspect. So um
Just
so
one thing,
let's
can you hear the drums? Or you can't hear the drums? Can anyone hear the drums? Yes?
kinda.
Trying to give it like this is like a shamanic moon, so I'm trying to like give it atmosphere. But anyway, to go
It
down.
sounds like birds to me.
It sounds like birds. Okay, maybe it's not
Bird
working.
chimping, yeah.
Okay.
So it was really good in my headphones. Like I almost want to try to pull it up on my phone right now because it was a really good.
Do the breathing, my love. It's okay.
Okay. So let's do the alternating nostril breath. So just find a nice seat, okay? And just start to gently close your eyes. Of course, if you haven't done it before and you want to watch, you can feel free. But we're going to start with, so you can place your left hand in your lap and you're going to take your right hand, you're going to cover your right nostril with your right thumb and your left nostril with your pinky. And so you're going to close your left. So we're going to start by inhaling through our right nostril and then close. Exhale through your left. Inhale through your left nostril. Close. Exhale through your right. Inhale through your right nostril. Close. Exhale through your left. Inhale through your left nostril. Close. Exhale out your right. 2 more rounds like this. Inhaling through your right nostril. Close. Just containing that energy at your third eye. And then exhaling out your left. Exhaling all the stale air out. Then inhaling through the left. Bring your breath all the way up into your chest, deep into your lungs, and closing. And hold it there at the top. Exhaling out your right. And close. Last round, inhaling through your right. Bringing your breath all the way up into your chest, closing and holding it there at the top. You can lock your root, just letting that energy sit there and simmer, and exhaling through your left. Inhale through your left. Close. Exhale out your right. Good. Keeping your eyes closed, go ahead and release your hand down to your lap. And I'm going to gently guide you guys into a connected breath work. So go ahead and bring your hands, keeping your eyes closed, to your belly, so where your fingertips are touching. Okay, so fingertips are touching at your navel, and we're going to be breathing in through the nose, out through the nose, so no mouth. And this is a conscious, connected breathing. And by that, I mean the inhale is connected to the exhale is connected to the inhale, and it's kind of like this nice merging of the breath. So breathing in through your nose, I will demonstrate. Okay, so about 3 seconds on your inhale, maybe about 2 seconds on your exhale, and just feeling that with every breath, it's kind of like a wave, right? The inhale, you're pulling the energy up. The exhale, you're giving it away, or it's circulating right in your body. Good. So just breathing in this rhythm, right? And I want you to be breathing into your hands only. So really allow yourself to explore the capacity of your breath. As you inhale, feel your belly expand. And as you exhale, feeling your belly contract. And let yourself breathe. Send your breath into those spaces, deep into your belly. Maybe you aren't breathing every day into some spaces. Send your breath there. And just allow this space to be an exploration, to become more intimate and connected to these spaces in your body that maybe don't get enough attention as you go about your day. Good. So a few more breaths. Breathing deep into your belly. Feel your hands expand. Feel your belly expand. In through your nose and out through your nose. We're breathing in through the nose because it's such a beautiful integrator of energy. And when we're breathing, as well as the last practice we did, it's bringing our body back to homeostasis. And it's also signaling our nervous system, our parasympathetic nervous system, to rest and digest and relax as well. So if you yawn, this is very common because it's really, the yawn is kind of like the signal of your body saying, okay, I'm going into rest and digest mode. So good. Deep breaths in through the nose, out through the nose. And bring your hands now up to your solar plexus. Fingertips touching. You can bring your hands to where they're kind of around your rib cage, right? So you can kind of just feel. So same breath, right? And now in this space, bring your breath into where your hands are, right? Breathing deep into your lungs. Maybe you feel your ribs expand to the right, feeling your breath expand all the way into the left of your body. And letting the inhale be more a focus, right? The exhale is more just a natural, relax your exhale. And the inhale is more the excitement, right? You want to focus on that inhale, pulling in that energy. We're not just breathing air, but we're also breathing energy. Beautiful. Maybe here you can even imagine a beautiful sun energy in the solar plexus. This is the center of power, willpower. And I always imagine like a beautiful bright sun here expanding. So just exploring this capacity with your breath here, knowing that you do have the courage and confidence to go through the parts of yourself that feel a little bit scary and uncomfortable. And you do have this warrior energy within you. You can go through it with ease and grace and courage and confidence, and letting your breath be the supporter and also kind of like the generator that is bringing you, assisting you in the process. You can always come back to your breath and really just have that conversation with it. Take a deep breath and say, I got this. My breath's here. What else? What more could I need in this moment other than this breath? So having that awareness is always really beautiful, and it really allows us to trust a whole lot more when we know that our breath is there, and it's really that simple. So one more deep breath here, and then on that next breath, I'm going to have you guys bring your hands up into your chest, fingertips touching just right below your collarbones. Okay. And this may be a little bit harder for some people because rarely are we breathing into the chest. But I want you to try to do your best. Okay. So deep breaths. And this breath is very relaxed. Okay. You're not forcing it. It's really gentle in through the nose and out through the nose. It's just like a baby. This breath is the essence of rebirthing breathwork, and rebirthing is the pranayama of a baby, right? So it's very gentle, it's very loving. It doesn't need to be intense to be doing something, to feel something. So a few more deep breaths here, and just breathe into those spaces. Maybe it feels a little bit tight for you in this area. Maybe your fingertips are barely moving. That's okay. Just breathe into those spaces and know that you're there. You have arrived. Wherever you're at, affirm that you have arrived. Beautiful. And now I want you guys to slow down your breath. Just start to really slow it down. Maybe about 5 or 6 seconds on the inhale. Even slower. When you think you're going slow, go even slower. Really relax the inhale, relaxing the exhale as well. Just taking this moment to observe with your eyes closed how you're feeling in your body. Observe the movement and cleansing was just happening in your body. Maybe you feel a bit more peaceful, relaxed. Maybe you feel tingly a little bit. And when you're ready, take your time. You can open your eyes. I'd love to hear if you guys want to drop in the chat how you're feeling right now, how that practice was for you. And after you do that, go ahead and grab your journals because I'm going to share some 3 journal prompts for you guys for us to reflect on, and then we can share a little bit after. Mm. Mm. Beautiful. Yeah. Farah. Lightheaded because the master breather over here, she's like halfway into the energy cycle already. The thing when you're breathing like this is the beginning, the energy, you start to get into a cycle, we call it an energy cycle. And it's very profound what happens in this cycle. The breath kind of starts to breathe you, and it's really beautiful. So yeah, it's beautiful now to see Farah also, you breathing like fully open and free up here in the chest, like full movement. You feel secure. So beautiful, love. I'm so glad to hear that. That is a great affirmation as well. I am secure. Or my breath is the security I have in myself. Try writing that one down. My breath is the security I have in myself. You can use that one. So, okay. For the prompts. So the first one is there anything that you're ready to release during this full moon? Is there anything you're ready to release during this full moon? Now you can hear it. Okay, I'll give you guys one more minute there. Okay, you guys can hear me? Okay. For the second prompt, when was the last time you set a boundary and it worked out well? When was the last time you set a boundary and it worked out well? Clearing. Thank you. Okay, a little bit more time with that one. See if some of you are finished there. And for the last journal prompt, how do you currently, or how would you like to give back to your community? So how do you currently, or how would you like to give back to your community? This is really embodying the sign of Libra, being about service and others, because Aries is in this kind of me, me, me mentality, and opposite of Aries is Libra, which is about the others. It's others, it's our relationships, it's serving others. So how do you currently, or how would you like to give back to your community? And when we give back to our community, we give back to ourselves and to a happy world this way. Okay, we're at an hour right now. I still would like to keep going for sharing. If you guys want to jump in and share anything that came up for you, we can just have like a free sharing session right now. So yeah, feel free, jump in.
Can go.
If we want, I can stop the recording now. What do we think?
Yeah.
Does that feel good?
Because
Okay.
recording and
You guys.